YouTube.
Yeah.
And when did you start YouTube?
I started YouTube, must have been about 2012, and YouTube was still quite young then.
Yeah.
But the only
It
reason
was only 6-year-old then.
You were 6 years old?
No, YouTube was
Oh,
6-year-old.
Well, you're not that young. Yeah, when I started YouTube, it was more to do. I had a photography business,
Yeah.
and I wanted to. It was a free platform, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But to be honest, it didn't do nothing really, because I didn't really understand the likes of YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I've always been interested in aerial photography. That was part of my business anyway, aerial photography. But
Yeah.
I had a camera on top of a pole that used to do it, and then drones started coming to the market, and DJI bought out their first drone. 2000, I think it's 2014.
Yeah.
Very basic in those days, virtually sticking a GoPro camera on the drone, and you just sort of free folded it. But in the UK, I managed to hook on to a group that do crop circles.
All right.
It's a big thing in the UK.
Yeah.
Circles.
Yep. It is that.
And they used to meet up once a year, and it's very secretive. It's a secret group.
Yeah.
I didn't know their faces or nothing like that, but they would contact, because they knew I had a drone, and I'd done a couple of crop circles.
Yeah.
And they contacted me, and they said they would give me a rough reference on where they put the crop circle.
Yeah.
I would go.
You mean they're fake? They're not from aliens?
Oh, yes. It's not aliens or special frequencies. They're the people.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm amazed how they do it, because
Yeah.
it is done at night, and if you look at them, look at the crop circles they do,
Yeah.
some of them are amazing, but some of them they've missed out a bit,
Yeah.
because it's all very mathematical.
Yeah.
Whatever. Bonnie's just jumped on.
Yeah.
Anyway, they contact me. They give me a couple of fields out. I'll send a drone up, and then eventually I'll find
The crop circle.
put it on YouTube. Farmers make a lot of money out of it. They make a huge amount of money out of it.
How do the farmers make money at the crop circles?
This crop circle
Yeah.
use another lot of people that go out in a van.
Yeah.
And they charge people to go in that field because they get the energy. It's all about the energy thing.
It's all a big con. It's all a big money-making con.
Yeah, well, you can't say that really. And anyway, they think they can get the energy from these crop circles, but obviously it generates money for the farmer, because even though they're only charging £3 a head, when you get, I don't know,
200 or 300 people,
hundreds turn up at weekends,
yeah,
they make a living off it.
Yeah, they make a living.
I don't know how things are going now, because I know before I left, there was an American company that was doing like holidays to Wiltshire and Hampshire and whatever, and he was doing these like, not biplanes but glider things, and they fly over the circles, and the farmers, they won't get no money out of it, so what they used to wreck the circle. Anyway, but unfortunately the year that my channel started picking, I went from like 30 to 500 within a couple of weeks. We moved to Spain. In Spain they don't do crop circles, only because the straw's about that high. It's not deep enough. So when I got here, it was still drone based, but I noticed that nobody was looking at the drone stuff. They were looking at the Spanish living in Spain. So it went from Sean Matthews photography to what is now Expat Metal.
So running YouTube as a business, you're quite good at that.
No, because I'm not making enough out of it. I'm not going around in limousines and
But as someone that is retired, it does give you that tiny little bit extra income,
does,
and I think that's
an extra income.
And I think that's what a lot of people. There are a lot of people over 50 and starting YouTube just now. A lot of people, and I think it's just to give them inspiration. You know, and is there any advice that you would give someone, say 50 and over, to start a YouTube channel?
Don't expect you're going to be the next film star out of it, because it's a lot of work. At the end of the day, it's a job. Doing YouTube. Some people are lucky. Some people can just make a video and they get like, I've seen people do it. They one channel I've been watching lately, they bought villa for 60,000 in the middle of nowhere sort of thing, and they got like 200 hits.
Yeah.
And their channel went from say 10 to 3,000, and then this is the hardest thing. I think, you know, you can either make a fantastic video the first time, and then after that they didn't change it, if you get what I mean, and it just went from say 22,000 and then down to 200 hits now. Because they just
200 views per video.
It wasn't interesting enough. You know, and I suppose that's the hardest thing. I think you got to enjoy it, but be yourself. Don't try and copy anybody. And I think that's what people like. That's my feedback. They like to see
the originality.
The
originality. Just being yourself, really.
But the other thing is about don't give up on it. That's the hardest thing, because you know you could do it for. I mean, I've been doing it since I've been here, innit? So we're talking 9 years now. If you drop off, you lose them. And getting them back
is a hard
thing, isn't it? You can change the name, and you can change, I don't know, the channel slightly, but I think people are watching you for what you're producing.
If you were to start YouTube again, what changes would you do?
Lots. I think when it's like all of us, isn't it? I think when you first start, when you look back on them, you think, it's not like that. Because you are a bit nervous. You're not really sure how to go about. And I used to cut it too much, so I'll be talking
too much editing.
Too much editing. And it's that, I think, that can, and putting all that fancy stuff in, you know, I don't know, this AI stuff is creeping in a bit now, isn't it? But I think you just got to keep it basic and try not to put too much into it. I mean, to be honest, I've learnt a few things today from Barry, you know, going around. I think when I first did it, I didn't really look at YouTube for what it is now. I just did it for
fun.
Just did it for fun. And like when I first come here, I was still doing my drone stuff. And it was just for fun, you know, going out with my mates. But people weren't really watching it. It was about me living here in Spain that I thought, well, hang on a minute. There's a lot of interest there. The only thing I don't like is when people move to Spain, they don't watch me anymore. but there's always new people.
But your drone channel was doing fantastic.
And I found, obviously, with the drone channel, it's all about, that's what to me, YouTube's all about how do you do something.
Education.
Educate, and that's...
I look at YouTube as an education and an entertainment platform. It's there there's videos that entertain people, and there's videos that educate people. And it's just putting yourself in one of those brackets for the channel that you have.
I mean, it's hard when you are educating, but you've got to make it a bit humorous, I think, because I've seen some people, you get turned off because they're saying, oh man. I'll be honest, it's only the past couple of years I've sort of thought, you know, and I think also every now and again just change little bits of it. How you run your channel, because you're always looking at new avenues, aren't you?
I've got to say, it's a fantastic YouTube studio that you've got set up here. It is absolutely fantastic. And it's an inspiration, really, when you see the effort that you've put into not only the studio, but what you do with your channels. And the fact that, you know, you are making a success of it, even as a retiree. And there is a lot of retirees now looking at YouTube and thinking, there's a lot of people thinking, is there any way that I could supplement my income?
I mean, you see loads of other videos saying, "Oh, YouTube's dead now." But it's not. YouTube, still loads of people watch YouTube. You know, and there's so many avenues you can go down. Obviously, I think the hardest thing is when you watch. I mean, I think Casey Nesbitt. If I got the right name. I mean, he was my inspiration.
He was absolutely amazing.
I was like him, you know, his helicopter, and he goes all around the world. I mean, he doesn't have to do...
He did 800 days straight.
That's right,
of doing vlogs. Now, it wasn't just normal vlogs.
But he was an inspiration.
Yes.
Even though I know he had a team of people.
No, he only had himself to start with.
Yeah.
And he still does that
Right.
himself. He still does it himself.
Yeah. But he always made it interesting. I think that's the hardest thing. He always made it interesting. And I think here's one of my don't give up.
Yeah.
You know.
I think the fact that he used to do ones like he would put the camera inside the fridge.
Yeah.
And then when you would see him going to open the fridge door, and that was groundbreaking at the time. I mean, that was TV type quality, you know, and he was way ahead of everyone doing that. And I think that type of thing made him stand out, which made people, oh, this is not normal YouTube. Yeah. And I think that's what people really have to do on YouTube, is just think outside the box. Don't copy everyone else. Or if you do copy someone, put your own twist on it.
Yeah. I mean, and also it's like the equipment, isn't it? I mean, as long as you've got a good camera and a good sound audio thing, that's all you need. You don't need all the things that go with it, but it's a job. That's why I look at it. It is a job, but it pays. End of the day, which is the main thing.
That's brilliant. Right, thanks for that little interview. A little insight into it's just interesting to get the insights of because there is a lot of people looking on how to start YouTube over 50-year-old, and how to start YouTube over 40.
I mean, the best thing now, it's kind of the right time of year, isn't it? You're coming into a new year soon. Yeah. And that's probably a good starting point, isn't it? Yeah. January, right? I'm going to do it.
And the thing is you could do it. You just went live on your phone.
Yeah.
It's like just do it from your mobile phone. We all have the technology now. Yeah. I know, I'm not speaking to you. Oh my goodness.
God, he's such a jealous doggy.
Yeah, so everyone has the technology now. It's not like days had gone by where you'd have to buy an expensive camera and we're all walking about with the technology in our pockets that can make anybody a YouTuber, really.
I suppose the other thing as well is your confidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand with some people, they don't like being in front of a camera and they're worried about how they speak. But I think if you try not to think like that, just do it. Yeah.
So ultimately, you're in your happy place when you're talking about drones, because that's your background, is the photography side of it. So it was an easy integration to doing that channel and talking about something you love. So really, ultimately, when people that are a little bit older, that have a lifetime of experience, it's
and passing on that information.
Yeah, exactly. You've just took the words right out of my mouth. Just passing on that information, and in a way, it's your own little bit of legacy that you're leaving here behind you. It's brilliant. Thank you very much.
It's all right. I'll send you the bill still.